Good evening, and welcome again to Pumping Up with Hans and Franz, the informative training program for achieving financial success.
Once again, I am Hans.
And I am Franz, and we just want to pump you up.
Hey, how's it going? Hans Schaff here, the real Hans. And I got an important question for you today. Did you fall for the retirement scam? You know, so many people out there, they're all worried about these get-rich-quick schemes and worried about, these pyramids and all these kinds of things, thinking that, they got to avoid that stuff. They've got to look out for that. When in reality, the scariest thing is something they've already signed up for and don't even realize it. They don't realize the plan they were sold on, which really is a farce. I mean, it's one of the worst schemes out there. And what is that scheme? It's called retirement. I mean, think about it this way, right? If you were to design an evil scheme where you could get the most out of somebody and really rob them without them even realizing it until it was too late, how would you structure it? Would it be maybe, try and get them to commit, 40 years of their life to your company, make them dependent on you so that if they were to, do something wrong or misbehave or not show up when they're supposed to, you could yank it out from underneath them and make them live in fear and just, create this environment where they are so dependent on you, right? Working 40 hours a week, basically 1/3 of every single day that they have. Working for you and giving the weekends off so that they don't, totally burn out on you, but you get the most out of them for 5 days in a row, every single week, 50 weeks out of the year, 40 years of their life, right? And the way you do this, you just dangle this little carrot in front of them like a donkey, and it's called retirement, where you tell them that if you work for me for 40 years of your life and you sacrifice and you work hard and you give up the best years of your life, then at the end of those 40 years, in exchange, we'll then take care of you. We'll then provide you a retirement where you can live on the beaches of the world, right, with your retirement income, right? Have you bought into that? Did you buy into that scam? I mean, think about it. I mean, how evil is that, really? You had to give up 40 years of your life, the best 40 years of your life, right? And you look back, and you look at the stock market's crashing, you look at inflation picking up, I mean, you look at bonds right now where you're almost having to pay the government in order to keep your money there. It just does not make sense. It's scary to think that people, were sold and bought into this plan called retirement. Would you willingly trade 40 years of your life? I mean, you only get one life. And after 40 years, it's too late to realize that, you made the wrong decision, right? Now, if you did make the wrong decision and, you are in retirement now, I've got some good news for you. You can still do something about it. But if you're not quite to retirement, but maybe you're halfway there or 2/3 away there or just a couple years working towards your retirement, you're in your 20s and you realize, you know what, this is a really slow way to really get ahead. Is this really worth it? You look around, you see all the people getting laid off. You see all the people with maybe 10 different jobs over their career, no loyalty from the company, and just people getting jerked around, messed around, losing their pensions, losing their benefits, losing their retirement. Maybe you'll start to realize that, who sold me on this plan? Why is this such a good idea? Especially when there's another way out there where you can basically, work a couple hours a day from home or from the beach, wherever you want to, and be able to make money and not be limited and have to be told exactly where to be, how to dress, where to go, have to leave your home, leave your kids, put them in daycare and pay someone else to take care of your kids and look after them, so you have to work that much harder just to have someone else look after your kids for you. I mean, what kind of a life is that, right? Who sold you on that plan? Think about it. The good news is it is the information age today. The good news is it is the new economy. And if you've got a typical job or you're looking for that elusive retirement, you've got to wake up. It's no longer the industrial age. That plan never worked, right? They got a few people hooked on it early on when you had 7 or 8 people working for one person who was retired. But guess what? You only lived to be 65, 70 years old. You were only retired for a couple years before you died. Nowadays, you're living until 90, 95, 100 years old sometimes. And if you retire at 65, that's 35 years. Your retirement doesn't last. So many people are realizing they get maybe a 5-year retirement where they get to, they have to downsize their life, because when you retire from your job, you don't all of a sudden start making more money. It's just you stop working and now you have to live off, a fraction of what you couldn't survive on in the first place when you're working full time. It just doesn't make sense, right? So many people plan in their later years, in their retirement years, to be broke. I mean, who sold you on that plan, right? Why not live a life of abundance, live a life of prosperity? Why not move forward in your life? Why not choose a better vehicle? Choose something that takes advantage of leverage and takes advantage of systems and tools and the internet today. Because the truth is, you can, and you're designed to work this way, believe it or not. You're designed to have balance where you can work and play at the same time. Put in a couple hours a day and be able to live your life the rest of that day. Live your life and be able to make a whole lot more money than you're probably making in your job. There are so many people who are utilizing the internet today and making so much more money with so much less work, right? Now, it does require work. It does require, getting the ball rolling. But it doesn't require the same kind of work that it requires to put in 40 years for somebody else, again, to live off a fraction of what you couldn't live on in the first place when you're actually working full time. We're talking about being able to create an asset, being able to build your own business, work around your schedule, be able to work with your kids in the other room, being able to just put in a couple hours a day and be able to create a substantial income that can replace your current income and get rid of this notion of retirement. You can have an active retirement where, and starting today, wherever you're at, you don't have to wait so long. Within 90 days, I can show you a plan where you can totally revolutionize and change your life by just doing a few simple actions every single day. We have our 8 core commitments with our 3-step system, and if you click the link below, I can get you more information on how that works, because again, the retirement plan, it's just that's the real scam out there, and I want to save you from that, because at the end of 40 years, it's too late. You've sacrificed too much of your life. Now there's almost no time for you, or no health, no energy. Your relationship's probably strained. Your life, you look back and you think, God, what a waste, and I'd hate for that to happen to you. I'd hate for you to come to that realization, 10, 20, 30, 40 years working for somebody else, when you could have simply chosen a better vehicle, something that works today in the information age, in the new economy, that can actually help you accomplish your goals and your dreams, and you don't have to settle, you don't have to sacrifice, these things that you thought that, you were told that you had to. Take control today of your financial situation, take control of your future, design the life that you want by working smarter and not harder. And to do that, click the link below and watch the rest of this video, watch the next video, and it'll show you exactly step by step how you can do that. Hans Schaff, the real Hans, encouraging you to get away from that retirement scam. Don't let it fool you any longer. Figure out how you can really live life, design your life today. Click the link below now. We'll see you on the next page. Take care.